They defined a generation with their voices, but time spares no one. From golden youth to present-day looks, see how the years have shaped these iconic 60s and 70s legends. Debbie Harry went from a Playboy bunny to the punk goddess of Blondie, defining cool with Heart of Glass. Despite her glamorous image, she once claimed to have escaped Ted Bundy's car in the early 70s before finding fame. Today, the new wave icon refuses to retire, still touring worldwide and commanding the stage with the same rebellious energy. Known as the Delta Lady, Rita Coolidge dominated the 70s charts with Higher and Higher. However, her biggest contribution was uncredited for years. She actually wrote the famous piano coda for Layla, but was cut out of royalties by Jim Gordon. Now, having reclaimed her history in a candid memoir, she continues performing her blend of rock and soul. Tanya Tucker hit stardom at 13 with Delta Dawn, but the wild child of country soon became infamous for a volatile romance with Glenn Campbell and battles with substance abuse. After years of tabloids overshadowing her talent, she pulled off a stunning Grammy-winning comeback, proving her gravelly voice is more powerful than ever. Sir Paul McCartney shifted from the Beatlemania frenzy to leading Wings, eventually becoming music's first billionaire. Beyond the hits, he survived 9 days in a Japanese prison for marijuana and a $50 million divorce settlement from Heather Mills. Today, Maka remains a relentless touring machine, playing 3-hour sets that put musicians half his age to shame. The braid-wearing face of outlaw country, Willie Nelson penned Crazy before becoming a global superstar. Famous for smoking pot on the White House roof, he famously had to release an album just to pay off a $16 million IRS debt. Now well into his 90s, Willie defies biology, staying on the road and managing his own cannabis empire. Lionel Richie transitioned from the funk of the Commodores to ruling the 80s ballads with Hello. He once feared his career was over after terrified doctors found polyps on his vocal cords, requiring multiple surgeries that nearly silenced him. Today, the American Idol judge looks startlingly ageless, actively performing and maintaining a net worth over $200 million. The spinning white witch of Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks turned heartbreak into gold with Dreams. Her 80s excess was legendary, involving a cocaine addiction severe enough to burn a hole through her nasal septum. Having long conquered those demons, she continues to sell out arenas as the only woman inducted twice into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rod Stewart's raspy voice defined a generation with Maggie May, but his playboy lifestyle often made headlines, fathering 8 children with 5 different women. He faced a major scare in 2000 when thyroid cancer surgery required him to completely relearn how to sing. Now, he's sold his music catalog for nearly $100 million and continues his Las Vegas residency. The Boss turned blue-collar struggles into anthems with Born to Run, earning a reputation for marathon 4-hour concerts. Despite his energetic persona, Springsteen has openly battled severe depression and recently postponed shows due to debilitating peptic ulcer disease. Today, having sold his masters for $500 million, he remains a titan of stadium rock. A child prodigy who revolutionized R&B, Stevie Wonder gave us Superstition, and arguably the greatest album run in history. His career nearly ended in 1973 when a severe car crash left him in a coma for 4 days, temporarily stripping his sense of smell. Today, with 25 Grammys, he remains an active musical force and passionate activist. Possessing a legendary 5-octave vocal range, Mariah Carey shattered charts with Vision of Love. Behind the glitz, she survived a highly public physical and emotional breakdown during the glitter era that led to hospitalization for exhaustion. Now, she reigns as the undisputed Queen of Christmas, monetizing her holiday hits into an annual multi-million-dollar empire. A Rhodes Scholar turned country outlaw, Chris Christopherson, famously landed a helicopter in Johnny Cash's yard just to deliver a demo tape. For years, he suffered memory loss misdiagnosed as Alzheimer's, which turned out to be Lyme disease. The legendary songwriter behind Me and Bobby McGee officially retired in 2021 before passing away in 2024. Kenny Loggins ruled the 80s as the soundtrack king, with hits like Footloose and Danger Zone. Before his solo fame, he navigated a tense breakup with Jim Messina that took decades to heal, fueled by exhaustion and health struggles. He recently wrapped up his final tour, This Is It, bidding a definitive farewell to life on the road. Born Arnold Dorsey, Engelbert Humperdinck adopted a bizarre stage name and famously blocked the Beatles from #1 with Release Me. His smooth image was often contradicted by aggressive paternity suits and a fierce professional rivalry with Tom Jones. Approaching 90, he refuses to slow down, still touring internationally and recording new music. Tony Orlando dominated 70s variety TV with hits like Tie a Yellow Ribbon. His world collapsed in 1977 when his close friend Freddie Prinze died by suicide, sending Orlando into a spiral of drug addiction and depression that forced a long hiatus. He overcame those dark years and finally played his last concert in 2024, retiring emotionally. Paul Anka became a teen idol with Diana, but secured his fortune by writing The Tonight Show theme and Sinatra's My Way. Known for his demanding nature, a profane backstage rant famously leaked in the 90s, revealing his perfectionist temper. Today, he remains a wealthy power player in the industry, touring and managing his massive publishing catalog. The Piano Man crafted the American Songbook, but Billy Joel's personal life was chaotic, involving a lawsuit against his ex-brother-in-law for stealing nearly $90 million. After a series of car accidents and rehab stints in the 2000s, he stabilized his life. He recently concluded a record-breaking residency at Madison Square Garden and released his first new single in decades. Don McLean defined a generation with the cryptic American Pie, eventually selling the original lyrics for over $1 million. However, his legacy was tarnished in 2016 by a domestic violence arrest and a bitter divorce that exposed a dark temper. Currently, he tours occasionally and draws tabloid attention for dating a model nearly 50 years his junior. Jackson Browne captured the introspective soul of the 70s with Running on Empty. While musically heralded, his reputation took a massive hit in the 90s amid highly publicized assault allegations involving actress Daryl Hannah, which he vehemently denied. Today, he remains a Rock Hall inductee, continuing to release music and campaign for environmental causes. James Taylor's gentle voice on Fire and Rain masked a brutal reality of psychiatric institutions and a severe heroin addiction that plagued his early career. He famously auditioned for the Beatles while high, yet managed to survive the excesses that killed many peers. Now clean for decades, he continues to fill amphitheaters with his signature acoustic storytelling.